Narcissists have fragile egos and are highly sensitive to criticism, failure, and rejection. By projecting their own fears and insecurities onto others, they deflect attention away from themselves and avoid confronting uncomfortable truths about their own behaviors or shortcomings. They have an inflated sense of self-importance and superiority to mask deep-seated feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Projection also allows them to uphold their false self-image by attributing negative traits or behaviors onto others, thereby preserving their own illusion of perfection. Although it can feel like a weapon and a personal attack by the narcissist, it is often used as a defense mechanism. Narcissists will project any thoughts, experiences, feelings, and behaviors that make them feel uncomfortable onto those around them, as a way of seeking validation and reassurance for their own insecurities. By eliciting a reaction from their victims, they validate their own distorted beliefs and alleviate their own feelings of anxiety or uncertainty. Projection can serve as a distraction technique to divert attention away from the narcissist's own issues or vulnerabilities. By focusing on the perceived flaws or weaknesses of others, they deflect scrutiny away from themselves, maintaining their facade of superiority. It is also the way they shift the blame onto others so that someone else will take the consequences for the narcissist. They fear accountability because it can bring on feelings of shame and guilt, the very emotions they try so desperately hard to avoid their whole entire existence. And the narcissist would rather project these feelings onto others so they can continue to feel powerful, appear flawless, and maintain in control within themselves. It serves as a means for the narcissist to avoid taking responsibility for their actions or mistakes. They shift blame and accountability onto other people or external factors, denying any personal wrongdoing or culpability. So, when the narcissist is accusing or attacking you or someone else with something you know is not true, this is likely the narcissist projecting onto you or others. They are essentially telling on themselves. Projection is a form of gaslighting. Therefore, it is psychological and emotional abuse, and it can bring unfair consequences for the targeted victims, and especially when other third parties believe the narcissist's lies. It is used as a manipulative tactic to control and gaslight others. By projecting their fears onto their victims, narcissists undermine their credibility, manipulate their emotions, and exert power and control over them. But narcissists will also project good feelings onto others. If others are treating the narcissist in the way that they want, they feel good. They will then project this happiness onto others. But this happiness usually only comes about when they are able to manipulate others, when they are getting constant supply, when they see other people suffering, and when they are treated and seen as the superior being that they believe they are. Whatever they are feeling, they will project. When they project good feelings onto us, we may mistake it for genuine love and kindness, but it is only happiness of sadistic self-satisfaction within themselves. The most obvious projection we see is the negative and accusing projection. Narcissists feel more negative feelings within than they do positive. Passive aggression often lies beneath the surface of their smiling facade, and they will accuse others of everything that they are guilty of. Projection is the action of outwardly rejecting anything that will cause them to feel shame or guilt within. They do not want to deal with, or have to feel, or own these emotions. By projecting and accusing others, it takes the responsibility away from the narcissist, so that they don't have to feel any feelings that make them feel uncomfortable. Projecting onto others can force others to take blame and appear at fault, therefore making the narcissist appear flawless. The thought of imperfection offends their extremely sensitive egos. They want to believe they are perfect and superior to all others, because this makes them feel powerful. Feeling powerful makes the narcissist feel in control. To feel superior, perfect, in control, and powerful all the time means to disown any other feelings that contradict. The only way to reject it is to project the unwanted feelings onto someone else. And when they see other people take the consequences for their projections, it validates to their false ego that they are flawless and superior, and that others are flawed and beneath them. They sadly believe their own delusions. Narcissists have a deep fear of being abandoned or feeling inadequate and worthless. Projection can become a way of denying their insecurities. It can sometimes be difficult to see how insecure they truly are through their false confidence they put out into the world. But they are just like the schoolyard bullies who mask their own vulnerabilities and project strength to compensate for their perceived inadequacies. This is a reason why they constantly try and make others feel these negative feelings. They are projecting their fears onto everyone around them, and they do this on a daily basis. They may cheat in the relationship and abandon you, so that you feel what they are fearing. But please don't excuse their poor behaviors by having sympathy for their fears, because they can also feel entitled to cheat, to get as much supply as they can behind your back, and they feel entitled to do things that deliberately hurt you. They do not care about your feelings, and caring should be reciprocated in a relationship. Narcissists may constantly devalue you, so you feel the lack of self-worth that they desperately deny and bury deep within their subconscious. This is also projection. They will make you feel like you are never good enough, and anything you do is always disappointing, never praising you for your efforts or successes unless it benefits their image somehow. They want you to feel inadequate and have no sense of self-worth, because this is how they truly feel within themselves. But admitting these feelings to themselves will cause them great shame and guilt. Instead of taking responsibility for these feelings, they will project them onto others. If we have unhealed wounds from our own childhood traumas, the narcissist projection will likely trigger our own wounds and fears of the same or similar insecurities. And we can take these attacks very personally, often bending over backwards for the narcissist, in attempts to prove our worth and seek validation from the narcissist or those from the outside world. This is why healing our own childhood traumas is important for personal growth. When we see our own self-worth, it helps us to create stronger boundaries, which in turn is important for our self-protection from the narcissist's hurtful behaviors. Our self-love becomes the ultimate defense for narcissistic projection that comes from their self-hatred. Do not feel sorry for the narcissist to the point where you excuse their behavior and give them chance after chance. They often will not change but only continue to deny their feelings and hurt you more, with the cycle getting more abusive as time goes on. If you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you in any way, please consider supporting us by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. And please share this content if you think it can help others. Thank you. We believe that knowledge truly is power when it comes to dealing with toxic people.